Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Pierre and this is Simple Homebrew. I'm doing a Southern Tap apple cider again. This one is a strawberry with a splash of lime apple cider. Nice little packaging here. These are kits that were given to me by Southern Tap. Southern Tap is a company in New Zealand who are a small company, and they kindly gave these to me free of charge, and I'm happy to brew them to try them out and see what they're like. If you are interested, please stick around. So let me start this video by saying thank you very much for supporting this channel by watching this video. If you like it, give me a thumbs up, say hello, subscribe, let me know what you think. I have over 400 videos in the arsenal that you can have a look at, and they're still current and still up to date. Some are fun, some are different, some are mistakes. It's just how this brew channel works. If you also want to support this channel in a financial way, I have Patreon. Check it out down below, there's a link. Your financial help, even if it's $1 a month, will help this channel keep growing and keep going. Cheers guys. So this company is in New Zealand. It's been around for a little bit now, and I was given these kits maybe 6 months ago, and I've just got around to actually being able to brew them. So I have just done a video. If you want to check it out, it's back there. I'll pop a link down below. Don't go there yet, just watch this one first. They are brilliant. I did the first kit probably 6 months ago, and I stuffed it. Did the wrong thing, and I'm never going to do that again. It's all going to come out pretty good now from here on, doing it right this time. I'm at the moment distilling some rum. That's just going to get in the way a little bit. That's why you hear it. You can hear a hum and a noise. It's just the pump running. All right, let's open her up and see what's in there. We've got our bottle of. Oh, look how dark it is. Wow, it looks really nice. Look at that. What a nice looking bottle. Yeah, it looks great. It's very thick, very molassesy looking. This stuff now doesn't need heating up to pour. It actually pours out real easy and works a treat. In the box, you have your organic nutrient. You have yeast and instruction manual. Check the instruction manual out, it's brilliant. In the instruction manual they have a write-up, a note from Mel and Jordan. It says that our concentrate is made from only the finest quality fruit sourced from the best growing regions around the world. Pasteurized with no added chemicals and half the sugar of other ciders. We've created a balanced, smooth, traditional tasting cider. The only addition we recommend is to add a Camden tablet, which Camden tablets neutralize chlorine and chloramine. So you chuck it in if you have a very rich chloramine water system. I have a filter system, charcoal filter system. I don't use Camden anymore. From there is completely your call. So you can make it sweeter if you want by adding a kilo of dextrose. I added a kilo of dextrose because I like a bit sweeter, and we need to ferment it at around about 20 degrees Celsius. So the instruction manual is very informative. Check it out. I made a mistake in brewing the first one I did, and thanks you very much to the guys who supplied this. They're very patient with me. Cheers. The box itself gives you all the energy information, all the stuff you need to know. Tells you that it's low carb, if you put less sugar in, of course, and it looks really, really cool. It's got nice little artistic renditions on the box. Really good. If you haven't seen these before, they're awesome. And you can get these at your local brew shops if requested. So what I start off with is the fermenter. I'm working with an Apollo today, with a Key King Apollo. This is one I've had for quite some time. Very, very happy with it. It's been a great little fermenter for a very long time. Has handles that look, if you want one, I'll pop a link in the description down below. I don't get any benefit from it. It just helps you guys out if needed. It's going to be pressure fermented, so it gets its own carbonation straight away, and I'm going to try and do it straight away. This is full of sanitizer, so I need to tip that out and start pouring the product in. I do need to boil the kettle, so I'm going to have to turn my distillation system off so it doesn't blow a fuse. Pour this in first, and I can top it up to about 17 litres. Smell it. Oh, it smells good. I can top it up to 17 litres. See how easy that is to pour out? It's really, really cool. What I'll do is now rinse this little bottle and get every bit out of it with just what I've got is filtered tap water. Pour that in. Now I'll give that a couple of rinses. Pour that in. And that's, for me, that's rinsed out. I'll keep that bottle because I can use them for other things. Reusable. What I'll do now is I'll actually top it up to about 16, 17 litres so I can actually add the dextrose and the warm water. And of course the other reason why I top it up to 16 litres is it keeps the fluid cold so I don't destroy the yeast, and I don't destroy the plastic fermenter either. The other thing is when I pour it through tap water, it aerates it a lot. So it gives it an oxygen full fluid so that the yeast can breathe and eat and all that other jazz. I do have a nutrient to put in. All right, that's enough. It's 15 litres at the moment, that'll do. I'm just going to put the nutrient in. You guys can see. Just open the packet because it's a kind of weird nutrient. It's a bit like claggy. It's just something that the yeast can eat while it's fermenting. Throw that in. And that's their organic nutrient. That'll just get mixed in anyway. I'll now boil the kettle, put about 2 litres of hot water in a jug, which is this bloke here. And with that, dextrose. So we'll just leave that sitting here. We'll boil the kettle and we'll get back to it. So the kettle's boiled. I've got 2 litres of hot water going on. I've opened up my dextrose, which is a Keg Land product, KL12515. I'm going to pour the dextrose in first. That'll help the dissolving and stop coagulation on the packet. Also, I'm using 1 kilogram of dextrose instead of 500 because I think I've said it already. I want it to be a little bit sweeter if I can. I'll just stir that in. It doesn't take much. Dextrose dissolves very, very quickly and very easily. It's very fine sugar. It's fermentable sugars, which is a really handy thing. Just like that. It's pretty much not great, but it's almost fully dissolved, so that's awesome. Now remember, we're working with 100 degrees Celsius water here, so the reason why I'm not worried about sanitation is because it's 100 degrees. It's going to kill anything anyway. All right, so once it's finished fermenting, I will keg that and we'll try it out and see what it tastes like. All right, we'll see you then. All right, we're at the transfer time. I have cold crashed it this time. I put it in the fridge, left it sit there. I was supposed to leave it there for a day, maybe 2. It's been in there for 5 days now. It's because I've been so distracted in everything else in life. It is Christmas time, so it gets that way. I've cleaned out and sanitized my keg. I'm going to transfer it into the keg. In the last video, this one here, I showed you how I transferred it into the keg, and it worked out well. This time I'm going to just show you the keg in the fridge, transfer it, and we'll do a tasting. All right, let's do it. Sorry, it's not the keg, it's the fermenter. Right, the fermenter's in here. Cold crashed it. It's been there for a while. You cold crash it to get the sediment to float to the bottom. It doesn't clear it out perfectly, but it really does help when you want to transfer it over. I put that in the fridge at 15 psi. It was actually 15 psi. It's now 0 psi. I don't think it had oxygen go in, but I think it's because it's so cold, it depressurizes. It's not completely depressurized. It's still got a little in there, so it should be right. Okay, I am going to transfer this into this little thing. This is my Cornelius keg. I've used these for years. I actually got these secondhand, cleaned them all out and reused them, and now I use them all the time. So they work a treat, they're great. All right, I'm gonna set her up. We're gonna get into it and then we'll give it a taste. Okay, this is transferred. I hope you liked that video. It's just a quick one. I didn't want to give you any lessons on it. Make this video a quick one. So yeah, this is a cider. It's a premium low carb apple cider homebrew kit. Now someone mentioned that I should try the French apple one, which I actually have. That is that one there. That's fermenting at the moment. That's the last one. And that's authentic French apple cider. That's what that one is. I just want to read out a few nutrient things on the back. It says for every 100 grams of concentrate, 100 grams of concentrate before it's fermented, energy 281 kilojoules, fat is 0.1 gram, sugars is 63 grams of sugar in one. Wow, there's 63 grams of sugar in 100 grams of concentrate. Wow. It's got no fiber, hardly any protein, and bugger all salt. So it's probably a good one to have if you don't need the sodium to be up. Apple, strawberry, and lime juice concentrate, natural flavoring. So I'm going to try it. I only gave myself a little glass, just a small one. It should be carbonated. It has been cold crashing for nearly a week. And it smells nice. It smells fresh. Huh, it smells fresh. It's amazing, yeah. Because it's been in the fridge for a little bit longer than I thought it would be, I thought maybe it will change flavour. But it's sat on the cake for a little while too. I do have one more going. Let's taste it. Oh, the smells are apple cider. I'm smelling. Not smelling any strawberry or raspberry or whatever it's meant to be. Strawberry with a splash of lime. I'm going to try it. Getting the strawberry taste. Apple, very much. Very strong taste of apple. It's very, not sour apple, but just nice apple. You could add sugar to this to make it even more enhanced. Sorry about that. That was actually very tasty. That's good. It's very, very quenching. Pardon me. I'm going to pour myself another one. Back in a sec. Silly me. I should have done that before. There it is. It's a little bit more full. Smells really fresh. It is cold, of course. I'm going to put this in my keg aerator in my house now. And it doesn't need any more carbonation. It's good enough for me. And the smell is really good. I can't smell the yeast. It's not. This is the second one I've done with their yeast. And it smells really good. Leaving it sit for a little bit longer and letting it clean itself up. I would suggest do that. I had it in the house for a little bit and then it's fermented, and then I let it sit for another, would be 3 weeks, just sitting at room temperature, doing nothing, just letting it sit after it's finished fermenting. Let the yeast clean itself up, and definitely makes a difference to the smell of it. No sulfury smell at all. And as for a drink, it's dry. It's got a nice tang to it, a bit of sweetness. Aging will make that taste even better. Can't taste the strawberry, but it can definitely taste the apple. Really, really nice. I really like that. It's an organic apple cider. It's different than the apple ciders you get that's been preserved. They're good. And I found with the first one I did, which was the ginger beer, I've let it sit. It's been probably 2 months, a month and a half to 2 months now. And aging it like that has mellowed it out, and it's really, really tasty now. I'm really enjoying drinking that on a really warm day. Really enjoying it. These are great. Look, it's not for everybody. I like a dry wine anyway. I like dry drinks, and this is definitely dry. It's not sweet, but very quenching, really nice. Unfortunately, I can't taste anything other than the apple. Oh, yes I can. Just got a bit of lime there. Maybe that's the bitterness. It comes through as lime. No, it's good. Look, I'm tasting the lime there now. Way too easy to drink. Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thank you to my patrons for looking after the channel. Thank you for all of you for watching this through. With you watching this through helps the channel grow. I've done a lot of homebrew videos, so if you want to see them, they're back that way. Just look in the list, there's 400 videos in there. There's one more after this. I'm changing up next year. I'm going to do a lot less brewing, and I'm going to do a lot more tasting and go to places and do a bit out and about videos. I enjoy doing that, and I hope you guys can follow along. Cheers guys, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing. We'll see you in the next brew. Have a great one. That's good, very good. Thanks guys, thanks Some Tap. Cheers.